But you see how jam-packed. I mean, RJ is laughing because it's so ridiculously tight right now. Our analytics still give the Celtics the best chance to get the 1 seed, but it's only at 44%. And very quickly, before we dive more deeply into a few other things, RJ, as you were making your way here this morning, Windy made I'm not sure we call it an observation. Let's call it something to keep in the back of your mind about the Celtics playing shorthanded last night.
Yeah, remember, there are more players in the league than just Kyrie Irving who are unvaccinated, who would not be eligible to play in Toronto in the postseason. The Celtics had 3 players last night who played on Sunday but did not make the trip to Toronto. They were on the injury report. Our Tim Bontemps asked the Celtics, if this was a playoff situation, would all your players be eligible to play in Toronto? And they said no comment. Jason Tatum is on the record as having said he is vaccinated. These are just the things that we know. We don't know the other situations. But something to keep in mind.
So I saw your face the second he started saying that. What does it make you think?
If Toronto was a little bit better, if they were a little bit better, there would be a lot of problems because all the teams that would have to go up there, especially in the postseason, if you talk about them potentially making a run. But right now, when I look up and down this roster, we knew that Kyrie Irving wasn't the only one. It was the New York mandate that was stopping him.
Right.
And now you're starting to see it potentially because there was always reasons why guys might sit out in Toronto or this or that. But now the potential of going up there for a 7-game series, now I think the closer to that, you might see some guys maybe change their mind, especially because there'll be now
right
scrutiny.
On the edge, Rich.
We're right on the edge.
You'd have to get vaccinated right
today.
About now.
I mean, yeah.
I don't know about today, but right about now for the 2 weeks to be qualified.
To be very clear, they can't get into the country. This is not. These players would not be allowed into Canada at this point. So this is not an American policy here. There's nothing the NBA can do about it or anybody else. So that is just something we wanted to get ahead of. It's worth keeping an eye on. In the meantime, maybe the other big story, the biggest story in that jam-packed East, the recent struggles of James Harden. Take, for example, the game against Phoenix this weekend. He was 2 of 11 in his Sixers loss. He just hasn't looked right the last couple of weeks. Tim Legler was on this show yesterday. Here's what he said he's seeing from Harden.
I think the level of concern is rising as we speak. I really do, because when I watch James Harden certain nights, and last night was a great example of this, and look, you are playing one of the best defenses in the league, but he has an inability right now to get by the initial defender. He just can't do that right now. I don't know if it's physically something is going on. He's not the same dominant offensive player that he was. And that should be absolutely concerning to the Philadelphia 76ers.
Look, Harden started off unbelievably well. You see the numbers on the left side there. His first 5 games, he was magnificent. They were magnificent. Since then, it's been average. His numbers are way down. You heard Tim Legler talking about his inability to just blow by people, which has been such a huge part of his game for so long. Richard, what are you seeing?
Well, it happens. As players get older, that's one of the things that starts to affect them. Like, again, go back to Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant used to be able to drive by you, right, and go dunk on the big, and if you gave him space, he'd be able to pull up for a jumper. Right now, I'm seeing players get closer and closer and closer to James Harden. That means he's got to drive by him. And if you don't have the floor spacing, they gave up Seth Curry. They don't necessarily have the shooting around. So now you can stay a little bit close, and guys can kind of pack the paint a little bit more because Joel Embiid is really the primary option. So I just think it's going to take him a little bit more time to figure it out, but I am definitely seeing the exact same thing that Tim is seeing.
You had stats on this earlier, right? I mean, some of these advanced stats.
He has plunged from being an elite level blow-by guy. He was at the 89th percentile, according to Second Spectrum, in blow-by percentage last year. Now he's 58. So he's gone from the very top to the middle of the pack. And look, everybody in the league knows this. If you watch the way that the Suns guarded him, they sat on his left side and just said, go for it. Now, he is still super crafty. He is still getting to the line 10 times a game. He is still a threat, but he is no longer super scary. And that is something that everybody in the league is aware of.
And the better shooter you are, the quicker you become. So if he's not shooting the ball particularly well, which he hasn't shot the ball well from 3, now all of a sudden you can give a little bit more space. You can sit on his left hand. You can handle that first shift, that first drive, and you don't have to worry about it because he's not knocking down the 3 at the same rate.
I am so seldom right that when I am, I like pointing it out. The day they made this trade, I said Seth Curry is going to wind up being a huge factor in all of this. He's going to make it. Brooklyn will win a playoff game somewhere because they have him, and the Sixers will lose one somewhere because they don't. Having said that, your arch nemesis, Jay Williams, was in our studio earlier this morning. I asked him, who's the team to beat in the East? Who's the best team? He said Milwaukee. Who do you say?
Damn it, I don't even like him, right? It's Milwaukee. Milwaukee is the best team because, look, they're the defending champions. Over the last 4 years, they have been the best team in the NBA. They had best record. They finished third last year, and here they are in the hunt for the best record again in the Eastern Conference. So when I look at them, they're all moving. There's no agenda. There's no nothing. There's really no new players. Their big three, when they all play together, their rate of wins is outstanding.
Look, I love them, and I love Giannis. But I feel a need to continue to say this. If Kyrie Irving had not turned his ankle. If Kyrie Irving had not turned his ankle in that game 3 or whatever it was last year, the Nets were going to sweep them out of the playoffs. They will now have Durant and Kyrie healthy. Why are you telling me they were going to sweep them in that series? Why are you telling me the Nets don't beat them now?
One, I think this team, this Brooklyn team, there's just a different vibe. There's a different energy to this team. And secondly, when I look at the Milwaukee Bucks, the biggest thing for them was getting over that mental hurdle, right? They had struggled in the postseason. They hadn't really done what they were expected to do. Once they got over that hump and they won a championship, look, when we won the championship in 16, we were a better team in 17. We just went against the Warriors and they added Kevin Durant. You are a better team the following year, and I think the Milwaukee Bucks are better this year.
Yes, if they didn't add Kevin Durant, you would have won the championship the next year, and who knows what would have happened. Who's the team to beat in the East?
It's the Bucks. I'm going to say this about the Nets. They are 9-13 when Kyrie plays this year. And the reason is because they are 23rd in defense. They do not play championship level defense. Greeny, you are right. They are a super threat. Do I believe playing defense that way they can win 3 series in the East and 4 overall? I do not.
Including probably a play-in scenario. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.